Moving on then, and there was another full round of fixtures on Sunday afternoon as the Coventry Blaze skated up to Sheffield. No, they didn't literally skate, but they will have travelled there on a high after a 6-2 victory over the Dundee Stars the previous evening. This time, though, it wasn't to be for Kevin Moore's team, despite having a 2-0 lead after 28 minutes and 33 seconds. The top scorer, Grant Mismash, got proceedings underway as he opened the scoring with just 1 second left in the opening period. So the Blaze took a slender 1-0 lead into the first interval. Matthew Gleeson doubled that advantage on 28 minutes and 33 seconds with assists going to ex-Dundee star Elia Barriga, who seems to be on a hot streak of late, and yet again Adam Robbins, which took his tally to 26 points from 27 games, meaning that he now has the same number of points as Jere Virtanen. But I'll come on to that a bit later on. Just like in Coventry the night before, there was a turnaround in the game. Mitchell Balmas, a brilliant player for the Sheffield Steelers, reduced the gap to 2-1 about 31 minutes or so into the game, and it stayed that way after 40 minutes. However, the Steelers got on a roll during the third and final period, overturning a 2-1 deficit to win the game 4-2, with those goals going to Ritchie, Doherty and Cormier, meaning that it finished 4-2 after the 60 minutes that signalled the end of regular time. And of course, that was the end of the game because there was a team winning after the 60 minutes. There is only overtime if it is tied, remember. The attendance at the Utilita Arena was 8,742, so it is a much, much bigger arena than the Sky Dome, and it seems to me that they really do love their hockey up there, and they come in numbers when Sheffield play at the Sky Dome, which will not happen for the remainder of the season because all games in Coventry between the Blaze and the Steelers were completed on the 21st of December, if you remember me saying so previously. Right, so that's it for how the Coventry Blaze did this weekend. So 2 games, 1 win, 1 defeat, 2 points out of 4 in the table. That then transfers nicely onto a table update, which I will bring to you now. And those points, those 2 points, mean that the Coventry Blaze, remain in 6th place with 42 points, trailing their next visitors to the Sky Dome Arena by 4 points. Yes, the Manchester Storm are back in town this Sunday at 5:30 p.m, just in case you had forgotten. As for the Stars, as we focused on the Blaze Stars game, they remain in 9th position, although they also won a game and lost a game this weekend. They lost in Coventry, as you know, but they won their Valentine's derby against the Fife Flyers by 5-2 on Sunday evening. That then took them to 23 points, as they also earned 2 points out of 4 possible this weekend, meaning that they maintained their 3-point lead over Fife by winning that match at the Dundee Ice Arena. The playoffs for the Stars seem to be more or less out of reach now. It is still doable, but they trailed the Glasgow Clan by 17 points, and having done the maths, they will need to win 9 more games than the Clan. So it really is crunch time for the Stars, and another 1-2 maximum losses, and they will definitely be out of contention for the top 8, unless the Glasgow Clan really do slip up massively. So it is more or less out of Mark Lefebvre and the Dundee Stars' hands in terms of whether they make the top 8. Now, they really do, A, need to be winning, and B, massively relying on other results to go heavily in their favour between now and the 6th of April, which is the final day of the regular season. Right then, so that brings you fully up to date with events the weekend just gone and what is happening in the table. Although, having said that, I have not told you about what is happening at the top. The Belfast Giants still lead the way with a 4-point cushion over the Cardiff Devils. The Giants have 60 points and the Cardiff Devils have 56, although the Devils have played one more game than the Giants, so events are still in favour of the Giants in terms of the title race. But it is well and truly not over yet, because there are just 6 points separating first and fourth in the table. So it is definitely worth keeping an eye out on what is happening in the Elite League over the weeks to come as we gradually edge closer and closer to the spring. Right, that really is it for what happened the weekend just gone, and I'm now going to take a brief moment to look ahead to what is coming up this weekend. The Coventry Blaze head up to Dundee this time, as they still have 2 of their head-to-heads remaining, and they are coming on back-to-back weekends, so tomorrow and then the following Friday, so the 27th of February. Now, I did a big preview just last week, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I will just give you a small update on a few crucial numbers. The top 3 scorers for each team are still the same, although there is an update on the point. So Spencer Nass, who scored a goal in Coventry and a few more in Dundee, is now up to 13 goals for the season. So both him and Grant Mismash, the Blaze top scorer, have the same number of goals. So they are both at 13 goals apiece for this current campaign. So that top scorer battle is definitely one to keep an eye out on tomorrow. Dryden Dow is still in second place for the Stars, as is Matthew Gleeson for the Blaze, with Otto Nieminen having scored his 10th goal of the season, meaning that he is decidedly in third place for the Stars. So he has now outright overtaken Matt Berry in those standings. Now then, for the Blaze, this is where it gets a bit interesting. Jari Virtanen was the 3rd highest scorer for the Blaze, but Adam Robbins has caught him up. Jari Virtanen is officially still in first place because he has 13 goals against Adam Robbins' 8, although it will certainly not be long before Adam Robbins decisively has the bronze medal for the Blaze. So a quick update on the top 3 scorers. The ones to watch more or less remain the same. Those 3 players each, and obviously Adam Robbins for the Blaze. Although keep an eye out as well on how William Boyson performs this weekend, because he is also a shining light for the Blaze at the moment. On to the goalies then, and Emil Cruz, after Saturday night, is saving at 87.92%, so his save percentage dropped a tad. He has 8 wins out of 23 games, meaning that he lost another game, and his GAA is now 4.65 after the Blaze scored 6 the other night. Matt Robson, who did not play in Coventry but who got the nod against the Sheffield Steelers at the Utilita Arena, won his 15th game out of 29 played this season, and he has a save percentage of 92.29% and a GAA, so goals against average, of 2.87. The Stars power play had a boost as they claimed one in Coventry, and they scored a few as the Five Flyers were ill-disciplined on Sunday night. So their man advantage is up to 23.46% efficiency. But it is their box play that has really let them down, as they have been ill-disciplined across several games this campaign. It let them down in Coventry, and it let them down yet again at the Spectrum in Guildford on Wednesday, meaning that when they are skating with one or two less players on the ice, they are killing only 67.54% of the penalties called against them. As for the Blaze, they also had a bit of a boost on the power play as they scored a few power play goals against the Stars themselves on Saturday night. So their PP is up to 24.09%, and their box play, which did well also on Saturday night, is on 76.42%. So they are still, well, in fact, they're just above that golden 100% mark. So the Blaze really are in top form at the moment, and it really strikes me as being bizarre that they're still in 6th place, although that just highlights how poor they were at the start of the season. When they were struck by injuries, it is fair to say, which is why they went on a hunt for Adam Robbins, and he is certainly repaying the faith shown in him. Right then, that is it for today's show. So just in case you missed it, the Coventry Blaze play against the Dundee Stars tomorrow night at the Dundee Ice Arena, with face-off scheduled for 7 p.m. And the Blaze will return home to the Skydome Arena to take on the Manchester Storm, with face-off at 5:30 p.m. there. The Blaze won it very late last time out on the 1st of February as they overturned that 2-goal deficit to win it 4-3 after overtime, with Grant Mismash claiming the OT winner. So that promises to be a thrilling encounter once again. Right then, that is it from me for today and for this week. I will see you again, or I will be on air again, same time, same place, right here on your favourite radio station, Puritans Radio. Thank you very much once again to Ian for enabling me to talk about my passion. It is time now for me to hand you back to him for the rest of today's 007 Live. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.